Gentlemen, I have seen the future. Where now there are struggling farms, I see a gleaming city rising from the parched plains. A city that has a fine name on it. Boys, we have ourselves a job to do. There's some as has a problem sharing my vision. They fail to see that selling their land to me will make this county the wealthiest in the state. Well, their time has finally come. You will enlighten them. Go out there and don't come back till I can look at this map and know that every inch of it is mine.
It's incredible to think, but there was a time when the video game company George Lucas founded was actually interested in making good, interesting games that were not about Star Wars or Indiana Jones, and Outlaws is actually one of their less remembered gems. You play a gunman on a roaring rampage of revenge, and damn is it good to hear it. The gameplay here is fast-paced and brutal at anything above the easiest difficulty, with a big focus on using cover, tactical reloading, and managing your health. And of course, this being a classic LucasArts game, there's much more to it than just gunning down motherfuckers, satisfying as that part is. Outlaws was also the first shooter I had ever played with cutscenes at the end of levels, usually after you gun down bosses who, I've got to say it, die in spectacular fashion.
No, please! Don't shoot no more. They took her north.
Holy shit, are you kidding me? Did you just see that? That was a cartoon character bleeding all over the place and begging you not to kill him.
It's a shame he didn't listen.
I am sitting here with about a good 15% of all of the DVDs I own, and as you can see, they are all Westerns. My personal favorite, Once Upon a Time in the West, High Plains Drifter, where Clint Eastwood rapes somebody. We don't like to talk about that. The Outlaw Josie Wales, where Clint Eastwood is a Confederate soldier. Of course, I've got the original Dollars trilogy right here, A Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more, and the all-time classic, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So, hilariously, I became a spaghetti western fan, not because of spaghetti westerns, but because of a video game that was a spoof or an homage to spaghetti westerns. And I think that's very interesting, because I think that sometimes that's the way that people come to a particular genre or art form that they really like. So, I want to take a look at this game, but I also want to talk about what a spaghetti western is so that you understand why it's so amazing that somebody actually made a spaghetti western game in a 2D cartoon animation first-person shooter style using the Dark Forces engine, and it's the same guys who made a bunch of Star Wars and Monkey Island games. A lot of films are grim and gritty now, but that's something the Western sort of invented. Even back before what we call spaghetti westerns, the American-made ones were pretty bleak.
You're a low-down lying Yankee. Prove it. No authority.
So what's a spaghetti western? Well, in the 1960s, Italian director Sergio Leone decided he wanted to shoot a trilogy of films set in the North American West, and he settled on a young actor named Clint Eastwood to play the lead. What seemed like a totally ridiculous venture turned into one of the biggest successes in film history and instantly catapulted Clint to international superstardom.
I don't think it's nice you laughing.
And it also changed the Western forever. It's impossible to break down every last part of what makes a movie a spaghetti western, since the original term was kind of an insult, and now it's really just become a genre, but there are a few things I think scholars can agree on.
You people need a new sheriff.
The original spaghetti westerns had stars from the United States, bit players from Italy, and were shot in Spain. You can actually tell that all the lines are being dubbed over in English. So how did Sergio Leone get over the language barrier? By not having so much goddamn talking. Gestures, facial expressions, body language, and camera work are getting the plot across. This is true even in newer westerns, and it's actually one of the reasons people are always making fun of the western influence, mainly because it's popularized the trend of kinda standing around waiting for some silent, invisible cue that says it is now okay to shoot each other. Occasionally, the musical score might hijack the film. Firefights in these films in no way resemble reality. I acknowledge that that's every film, but there are specific ways these firefights are stupid.
When you have to shoot, shoot, don't talk.
Lastly, and perhaps most vaguely, spaghetti westerns embrace the kind of abstract aesthetic. There are title sequences that reduce people to starkly colored lines or shadows, and super wide shots that focus on the loneliness of the frontier atmosphere, then cut into exaggerated close-ups, filling the whole screen with one actor's emotions. There are lots of other touchstones, of course, but those are really the bedrock of spaghetti westernishness, and Outlaws took that premise and ran with it. Join me next time as I speedrun this retro bastard. Happy trails!